You're listening to the Running Up the Score podcast.
All right, we're back. Running Up the Score. Not on SportsCastr anymore, so I'm not going to say it.
Understandable.
But we're going to get right into, I guess we'll go with Batflips first.
No, of course.
You know, how do you, like, let's give each other's opinion first. We have a video of CC Sabathia giving his opinion, and then we'll discuss, you know, both of our opinions, I guess.
I mean, when it comes to Batflips, and I've hit my share of home runs. I personally don't do it, but I don't think there should be a negative feedback for it. You know, sometimes the game is okay for those style of players. Players that are basically telling you, I'm going to hit a home run, and I'm going to do whatever I want because I hit home runs at the professional level of baseball. You know what I mean? And that's literally what it came down to with these players is that, yeah, if you want to hit a home run, you hit a home run at the professional level. So, yeah, do whatever you want. And a lot of these guys have that mindset. You know, they're Major League Baseball players. You got to remember they went through, you know, Little League and they went through college and high school baseball. And, you know, they're the man. There's no doubt that they're I want to say something, but I can't use the word. They think they're just top of the line, and it's understandable. I mean, you're a great baseball player, but sometimes that'll get into your head, even at the major league level. And you know, they've grown up with that mindset that they're the best, and that you know, I could do what I want.
Right.
I could do what I want on the basis that you know I'm going to hit a home run right now, and I'm going to do whatever I want after I hit a home run. I could take 35 seconds around the bases like
that's
someone, you know, that was a whole other issue as well.
Yeah.
And again, these are issues that shouldn't be an issue. You know, unless you're trying to shorten up the game or whatever. You're not shorting up the game now because now you got announcers that are talking about it during the game. And, you know, you got guys like us talking about it, you know, when the games aren't on right now. So I don't think there's a concern there. I think, you know, if you hit a home run, you're more than welcome to do what you want. Just like if you were to make a nice play, you could do whatever you want. You know, nice fielding play. You know, it's entertainment. You know, and it's not drama. You know, this isn't
ESPN.
You know, that's the issue is that there really shouldn't be drama as opposed to this. It should be entertainment and be like, oh, look at what he just did. And now people see it as a point of, oh, my God, do you believe he just did that? The nerve of him. And it's like, what kind of mindset is that? You know, the mindset, you're taking it away from the game and you're taking it away from the player and what he was able to just do just now. You know, he just hit a ball 350 feet. You know, it's not an easy achievement. You know, there are a lot of players out there that can't hit home runs, even at the professional level. So, or that can't make a great play. So when it comes to Batflips in this league, I think there's really no time for the judgment and you know just the backlash that these players get. I mean, you know, the guy had a home run, the team already is scoring runs. Have a little fun with it. Baseball is supposed to be fun, and if that's someone's way of having fun, then who are you to tell them that whether it's right or wrong? You know, the one thing I've learned about people putting like a judgment towards somebody is that there's nobody perfect in this world. So, you know, you could judge someone on whatever they're doing, but, you know, put yourself in those shoes. You're going to act like a complete saint. You know, like, it's so hard to really, you know, put a finger on. You know, there's like really is a gray area there. And for me, it just comes down to it. These guys are having fun. They've grown up thinking they're you know, they're awesome because they were great baseball players. People, you know, throughout high school and college, they wanted to hang out with them. I mean, this is what happens to these players, and it's understandable. So for when someone wants to put a bat flip out there, I don't think there's really any reason to even have a concern about it, let alone, you know, there being a backlash.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off kind of like you start off. Basically, you saying you hit your fair share. I have none. So there's that. So my bat flips have been in wiffle ball. You know, and I've played baseball my whole life.
I've played with friends, and they've flipped the bat obnoxiously in wiffle ball. And again, I'm not sitting there putting any judgment and backlash. No,
you just pelt them the next
Have fun. Have fun. That's what it comes down. That's why you play these games.
You know, when it comes to bat flips, I'm all about it. I love it. I love that flashiness of it. Like, you know, I've always been about the opinion of, you don't want to see it, get them out. Don't let it happen.
Exactly.
Don't give up the home run. You know, there's pitchers out there that strike out and they
scream.
throw their, or like Rodney, you know, shoots an arrow.
I've seen them scream over and over again.
I mean, that's part of the game. Like, what do you like? You do something good in it, and you can't celebrate yourself? Like, what? Like, how does that work? How does that work? I mean, you got guys in football.
It makes someone seem, cocky,
like you're showing up the other team. I understand that, but that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is they're celebrating what they just did, and a bat flip is just a cooler way of celebrating. You know, like, I mean, I can't tell you. Like, I love Jose Batista's bat flip. Absolutely loved it. Hate the Blue Jays. Hate that they moved on in the playoffs that year. But the fact of where they were in that game, what he just did, and then the bat flip to end it all, I mean, it couldn't have been better. It was amazing. Bryce Harper coming back to Philly, hits a home run. Or coming back to Washington, hits a home run, bat flips it. Loved it. Tim Anderson. This is kind of where the argument came back up. Tim Anderson of the White Sox hit a home run, threw the back basically at his own dugout, and you could read his lips. He says, "Let's go." Basically, with everybody,
he's excited. I mean, you're allowed as a human being to be excited in this game.
You score a touchdown, you say, "Let's go." I mean, Tom Brady says, "Let's go" before every game. You know, you hit a 3-pointer. These guys are throwing up 3 fingers, you know, hitting their heads and stuff like that. Like, it's all their way of, you know, celebrating what they've just done. They're not trying to show you up.
You know, it goes more into it on the basis that it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
I know the other team doesn't want to see me do things like that.
Yeah.
So guess what? I know it's bothering you.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to play a sport, and this goes in any level, have you ever tried to play a sport when you're frustrated? It's not easy. It doesn't go well either.
There's some guys that actually can
it's
feed
all
off
part
of
the game, and that's in every major sport. That's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, even soccer. Debatable. Legitimately, you do things and you celebrate in ways that, you know, a team might not be happy to see you do something along the lines of that, but like he said, stop me.
Yeah.
Find a way to stop me, and you won't see the celebrations anymore. No. And then if you start to do things yourself, then you're sitting there at that point and you could do whatever you want. And we all know it's human nature that we're not going to be angels here.
Yeah.
You know, or saints. We're going to do what we want. You know, and that's what all these players have. They're professionals, okay? And not to mention, it's a show.
You know what?
It's entertainment.
You know what I love about baseball, and I love it about hockey, and even in some kind of way football, if you kind of think about it. It kind of polices themselves. Like, these players police themselves. And that's what I loved about it. Like hockey. Somebody has a hard hit on your captain.
Now with the whole emergence of social media, there's no more policing yourselves. Now you got the internet doing it.
Well, what I'm basically saying is, like, you know, somebody puts a big hit on your captain. You know, in hockey, you go and you fight the guy. And like that's what I kind of mean, like, you know, in policing itself. It's like, you know, somebody does something bad to your teammate or yourself, you can fight them in hockey. You know, baseball, guy bat flips, you're probably going to get thrown at the next at bat. And I like that. I like it a lot. Just don't go for the head. Don't go for any like place where a guy can get seriously injured and have a career on the line. But other than that, like you hit him in the rear. That's where the most fat is. I've been hit plenty of times, so I know where everywhere hurts. I've gotten hit in the ear.
I was gonna say, you ever been hit by a pitch? Like,
yeah,
those are thrown hard.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know if there's even room for that. I mean, but you know what it is?
But
they're showing the kind of person they are with the bat flip. You're showing the kind of person you are with throwing a pitch right at them. So
you know what?
If that's how you want to be perceived, especially with I just said, with the emergence of the internet, and be ready for backlash, basically on anything you do.
I'm fine with it. You want to drill the guy, whatever. Football, you have a chance to tackle the guy. That's. I mean, on the offensive side, you're probably going to have to beat him.
In basketball, you give a hard foul. I mean, but now that even gets debated. That kind of
is a little on the. You never know what's going to happen. But there was, on Get Up, after this whole Tim Anderson thing happened, it obviously became a discussion. CC Sabathia ended up on Get Up with Mike Greenberg on ESPN. And I thought his opinion of it was a really good one. So you take a listen to this, and then we'll get into some bad calls in the NBA, and we'll conclude our podcast. But here's CC Sabathia on Get Up.
Randall Grichuk, who's an outfielder for the Blue Jays, so not directly involved, tweeted, "Guys are getting a little excessive on pimping home runs, on meaningless home runs too. Act like you've done it before one time." Anderson saw that. He responded saying, "Put on a name on it so we can see who you're talking about." To which Grichuk responded, "Guy, are you really responding to my tweet? I'm shaking my head. It wasn't intended for anyone specific, but clearly you responding shows you're guilty of something." So, CC Sabathia, as a longtime pitcher in Major League Baseball, what is your big takeaway?
The tagline for MLB this year is "Let the kids play," right? So let them play. Let us have fun. Like, let the bat flips. I mean, let everything go. I mean, we love the World Baseball Classic, and we get fired up, and we love to see the passion. I mean, you get a big homer right there. It don't matter when it is or what time of the game. I mean, it's a home run's a home run. If he wants to celebrate it, let him celebrate it. If I strike you out and I'm walking off the mound and I do whatever I want to do, then you can't get mad. So it is what it is.
Well, let's get into whatever you want to do. There are things you wouldn't do walking off the mound, right?
Yeah.
You can be a little bit demonstrative, but you're not going to do a dance walking off the mound. There are certain
but if you wanted to, what's wrong with that? I mean,
Well, you tell me. It's your sport, and it feels like for 150 years, people have said it's wrong. I'm on your side.
I'm definitely surprised that Randall Grichuk had something to say, especially him being a hitter, and having something to say about, bat flips and things like that. That surprised me. But for me, I'm always looking at the ball. So I never see when guys pimp homers or anything off me. And I've never really thrown at a guy for pimping a homer or hitting a homer off me. So I don't really understand it. I love to see it.
Anderson was thrown at the next time he came up to bat, and that's what kind of ignited the whole melee that ended up getting him ejected from the game. You're saying that you've never thrown at a guy. What do you have on the unwritten rule that says you should maybe plunk a guy after they've pimped a home run?
I'm not for it. I'm not really for it. But like I said, I mean, I really enjoy to watch hit. I like to watch hitters, and I like to see homers, and I love the bat flip. So I mean, I think you're asking the wrong guy.
So, yeah, I mean,
he said it just like me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was
to have fun and let them do what they want.
Exactly what we said.
Well, you're not going to dance off the mountain. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Because again, it's all about this judgment factor from this, from social media and everything else, and people from what is that? Get Up? That's the name of that show. I don't even know the name of that. That's the name of the show. Get Up.
Yeah.
See, like, this is what I mean. Like, you got worried about guys like critiquing on shows like that, even like us trying to even critique it right now. And the basis is that just let these kids have fun. And I call them kids because I'm basically older than half of them now at this point in my life.
Well, that's the point. Like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm 28. I'm gonna be 29 in September. I mean, the same day as us. You're 30 already. So it's we're older than. A good percentage of.
I was we're all kids at one time. Sometimes it's hard for us to get the kid
like,
out of us.
Yeah, but
at
that's
30
what I'm
years
saying.
old.
Like, I still like it. Like,
but let them have
we
fun.
We just discussed that too.
But just let them have fun. I mean,
this guy playing volleyball and
I'm just
softball.
trying to stay young as long as I can right now. I mean, come on, I don't have much time left of this. So,
But no, I understand. Like, I'm all for Batflips. It's fun. That's what it is. Like, this is what we've always said. Sports are fun. They're meant to be fun. Why does there have to be unwritten rules like, oh, this guy's got to be buttoned up? Listen, don't have the top 2 buttons unbuttoned on your jersey, or no high socks, or it's stuff like that. Like, let the kids play. Let these guys play. You know what?
Like, I don't know if this debate's going to the lines where if you do a bat flip, you're subject to getting thrown out of a game.
No.
And that that's where the game just gets destroyed at that point. And like, it's just people basically getting critiqued by people online. But you see half the people you see online, and I'm even part of that guilty party. Where you're critiquing people that are playing a sport professionally. And obviously, when push comes to shove, we're all human here.
Yeah.
These professional athletes might be just very talented human beings, but we're all human here. We've all made mistakes. We've all done bat flips. Not everyone, I guess, has done a bat flip. But
listen, I've done it my fair share.
But like you even
ball.
say, when you do a wiffle ball, it's all in good fun. Again, no one's critiquing it. No one's wondering whether or not it's the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. You know what? Just have fun. Not think about it. I mean, eventually we're going to live in a world where we need to watch our words at all times. And that's you even see it even in the media. And everyone takes words and turns it around. It's just have fun. You have one life to live. Be free. You know what I mean? Like, be free.
Absolutely.
Again, it's one life. Just critiquing a bat flip at that point, folks. That's just there's no room for it.
It's just funny.
You've been listening to the Running Up the Score podcast. For more Running Up the Score, go follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at RUTS Sports.